One of the most charismatic rappers the South ever produced. One of the most dangerous pens the South ever produced. One made anthems that shook clubs from New Orleans to New York. The other made records rappers still study. But here's the question nobody answers honestly. If you take away the nostalgia, whose music holds up better? Tonight, we're not arguing opinions. We're putting it on wax. 9 rounds, song for song, theme for theme, Juvenile versus Mystikal. Let's get it. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Grown Man Bars, the best hip-hop show on the interwebs for people who really don't know how to operate technology. I'm your man, Chad. With me, as always, my man, B.A. What is buzzing, cousin?
Man, you know, I get excited about verses. You know what I'm saying? Always excited about the verses. Can't wait, man. Can't wait.
It is versus night. So before we get started, y'all, smash on that like and subscribe, rate, review, follow, share, hype, do all that good stuff, man. That stuff really helps us out so we can keep on making fools out of ourselves so you guys can enjoy and realize how good hip hop really is. Tonight, BA's right. It's versus night. We still down south, but we're going with Juvenile and Mystikal. Now, before we get into a versus, BA, you got to say, the door creaking open is one of the best rapper tag, like beat tags that there is. I know you don't want to give it, but y'all know that. It can't be argued. That door creaking open, yeah. He had like a wrestler's intro. That was like, if you smell.
Yeah, No. Enough respect, dude. That's always props. He wasn't lying. I mean, before that, who had ever done that shit before? That was, yeah.
The dude did creative stuff, man, but so did the guy on the other side. So we're talking about New Orleans. We got 9 rounds. Each round has a different theme. 1 song each, no repeated songs. Audience decides the winner. That's you. Vote round by round. After every round, drop down in the comments and let us know who won that round. We take this shit seriously. We got running bets going on. There are people's lives at stake, depending on how this season turns out. It's that serious, y'all. The rules are whoever gets to pick the battle, that was BA, has to go first. Round 1, The Arrival, the record that first made people notice. BA, what's that look like for Juvenile?
Come on, man. Look here, I could go bounce to the Juvenile. I really could. So the best thing I can do when we get started with anything is have you ponder a question. I mean, that was you in that badass Benz, huh? Hey, man, the introduction to the world was a simple 2-letter word where the entire song was a clever question. I bet you never thought "ha" could be used as a question. A period, exclamation mark, but it was. Every legend has that one moment when the culture stops and holds up and be like, whoa, what the hell was that? We all did that when "ha" came out.
You throw it haymakers to start. Ref.
I told you I could have went with Bounce for the Juvenile. If you're from the region, that's truly the start. That's the introduction to Juvenile. Bounce for the Juvenile. But I decided, let's just go and put the pressure on early. Let's put the pressure on early.
You going 60 minutes of pain. We full court pressing all night long. And just in case you're wondering, no, this t-shirt did not just turn into a sweatshirt. It got cold in here. It got cold in here, and I happen to own a t-shirt and a sweatshirt that say exactly the same thing.
It's like Mjolnir. It's like watching Thor, y'all. Shazam! Y'all seen him change. Y'all seen what happened.
I usually can do it the other way. You sneeze and just blow the sleeves off of the sweatshirt. All right, round 1. BA came out throwing haymakers, Mike Tyson style, right from the start with "ha" from Juvenile for the song that made people notice. I went a different direction. I went straight up lyricism for the song that made people notice. But the one that I'm going with for Mystical is Out That Boot Camp.
Straight out that boot camp click. What?
Mystical and Boot Camp click, but whoa. That record was not asking permission for anything. The verbiage on that was there is no spoon level verbiage. That's how that went down. That was just straight up lyricism going in and out. The dudes from Boot Camp, they were dope on that track, but Mystical started it off. And it was one of those rare times when somebody starts off a posse track, but their verse doesn't get lost.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for you. Round one, Juvenile's Ha versus Out That Boot Camp. Round two, and it's on me. This one is the Hood Realism, the philosophy song. So I got to start this one off. This one, these just spoke to me. I don't know if Jesus came down and sat on me, but if we gonna sound off on Hood Realism for philosophy, I got to go with it. Here I go. Here I go.
Okay.
Now, we all know the beat carried a lot of weight on that song because that beat is hard as January Lord. That's how that beat gets down. But Mystical, again, here I go. It got to be one of those things that people were yelling out, and even if they didn't know what it meant, you would hear people in the clubs, here I go. But it was also some street realism for you because it was here I go, right here. I heard you was looking for me. Here I go. Y'all can't fuck with me because I can't fuck with my damn self. That's when the lyrical monster started to come out in him. So that's what I got for you for round one. In the street record for round two is Mystical's Here I Go. What's Juvenile got?
You know, we talk about the street record. Of course, the round is not about radio spins. We know the streets decide what this one's going to be. So y'all know I always have I started to go with, but then I went with something else. I don't got that this time. I'm going with exactly what I'm going with. I believe the intro of the song starts, Eric, kick ass. Dum, 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 dum. This right here, to me, is the epitome of what Juvenile is as an artist. Set it off. If you look at 4 or 5 different categories that we're going to talk about this evening, Set It Off could have been plugged into a lot of them. But we talk about street record, Set It Off. Set it off right there. Kick ass. Like, I mean, just how it starts.
Hey, if y'all
Okay.
Hey, if y'all watch this show
Ladies
enough,
and gentlemen,
if y'all watch this show enough, I tell you, I do most of the graphics, so you know I like that song because that clip used to be tagged on a lot of our tracks.
yes, sir.
Kick ass. All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. I see it. So that's round two, the street record. Mystical's Here I Go versus Juvenile's Set It Off. Now, this one's the commercial breakthrough. This one was a lot of fun. I swear going through Mystical's catalog while you're working out is only if you're working out in the gym I work out, it has a lot of older people in it, BA. It's not really good to get hyped up on Mystical around a lot of old folk. It scares the normal people. I got escorted out a couple of times this week. Security guard's an old guy too, so that's not that big of a deal. Yes, I had a lot of fun with this one. I'm just going straight off with it. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Show me what you're working with. That's what I'm talking about. Look, national hit without losing identity. You know why he didn't lose identity? Because Shake Your Ass had that New Orleans bounce all over it. It was dripping with New Orleans bounce. But that's the song that still gets play. Still gets play in the strip clubs. All over the strip clubs. That's round 3 for me. Mystical Shake Your Ass. What you got over there? I see you talking shit. I hear you talk. I see you footsteps.
Everybody, let me see you, Brody. I mean, you know, Juke has so many choices. Let's see now. I remember there was this statement, something about some songs climb the chart, some songs take over the whole country. Speaking of taking over, I believe Cash Money took over for the 99 to the 2000. None other than Back That Ass Up. Period. Period.
Sorry, hey, I'm
You said
sorry. We got to change the name of this round from the commercial breakthrough to round 3, the ass round.
ass on ass.
Ass on ass on
When
ass
I
on
tell
ass.
y'all though, man, look here. There is weddings, bar mitzvahs, repast parties, and I'm talking about the party, not the ceremony. Repast part. Let family reunions, let Cash Money take it over. For it is soccer mamas right now, reborn Christians, school principals and librarians. They forget, so they're dum 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 dum. It's over. All of the coot is gone.
Hey man, you know how my mind works, man. Don't say songs like that at a repass. Don't make my mind go to that place.
You know what it is. I said the party because
I know.
after the
I
brown
was in
liquor
front
come
of the
out,
casket.
the sadness takes a side turn. The food is already over with. Now it's time to reminisce. It always starts off with some old school stuff, right? There's some line dancing. Then what? Boom. It happens, baby. It happens. It's a party.
That's it for you. Round 3, the commercial round, Mystical versus Juvenile. Mystical shake your ass, Mystical shake your ass versus Juvenile's back that ass up. So whatever you feel like doing with your ass, we got you covered in this round. Round number 4, the feature master. When the artist jumps in and just takes over somebody else's track. That's a dirty, dirty thing to do to a rapper, but you got to be on your game. BA, Juvenile, he ever did something like this before?
Has he? I'm glad you said that, right? I'm not even going to go through the intro. All I'm going to say is this particular track created a phrase that ended up in the Oxford Dictionary, and Juvie had the best verse on it. Culture impact beyond music, because when you be looking at that thing, all you want to know if it can bling bling. Every time I come around the city, bling bling. Yes, fool. He can read word about 20. He can read word. They were in the Webster with word. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bling bling's in the dictionary. Look it up. Man, Juvie's verse on here. I mean, yes, Wayne did the hook. People don't even remember Wayne didn't even really have a verse on this song. He was just pretty much the hook dude. Yes, he came up with the phrase bling bling. Not arguing with that. Settle down. Go back and listen to the song and tell me BG and Turk had anything but Juvie on that situation. Anything. Period, point blank.
So there it is. Juvenile bling bling. And that's it. I finally got you in this round, Jay. I finally saw you open. I saw you opening. You dropped.
I could have went with a couple, but I went there. I started going down south though with Juvenile, Foxy Brown. I started going down south, but I held on to it.
See, you overextended right there. I just saw it's the only one I've seen so far, because now I know everybody thinks they know what direction I'm going in for this feature track. They gonna go, you got to get this feature right here, because this is what everybody, this is what everybody. No. We going in a different direction for that. This was a fun one to do. Yeah, no, I'm not going with Make 'Em Say even though he was the fire on the last verse of Make 'Em Say All right. I'm going, because it's the feature master and it's talking about taking over a song, I'm going with the other one. It Ain't My Fault. And the reason I say that, man, is because some people don't even know that was not his track
at all.
Some people don't know.
That's why my meat potato.
It was over. It's like 5 syllables, and you're like, oh, whose album was this? I don't even remember.
More rhymes for no limit, like Jeff George stole for the Raiders. Look here.
Nah.
Crazy work.
Yeah, that
crazy work.
There weren't a lot of people that could get on a track and lyrically just destroy it like that. He just took that song from Silk and never gave it back. Now, he took it from Silk and not like Biggie or somebody like that. We're talking about Silk, but still, he just took that song. So that's what I got for my feature, Master.
I mean, literally. I'm not saying I lost that round, but you did forget it actually was on a Silk album and it was a Silk track. Like, I'm not conceding the round.
Truth is truth.
I bought that Silk project for that song.
Me too.
Let's just call it what it is. Let's call it what
Me
it
too.
was.
Me too. I bought a lot of albums I wouldn't have bought for Mystical tracks. All right, round 5, the Bar Fest. This is a fun one, the pure pen round, the one where they just put the pen to the paper and set that bitch on fire. And I'm gonna kick it off. This was a fun one for me, man, and you'll even appreciate this one because we're starting it off with "What You Want, What You Need" featuring Busta Rhymes. Now, the two of these fools just went back and forth on this track and did some insane shit lyrically. This was just two speedy rappers letting off. Now, Mystical they both vary their style, but Mystical kept the slower style more than Busta did at that time. But they both jumped into their speed style. And if you were a fan of lyrics, I would suggest you go listen to that track. So that's it for me. Round 5, the Bar Fest. Mystical and Busta, "What You Want, What You Need."
Okay, let's slow it down.
I'm gonna give it to
slow
you
it down a little bit.
till you bleed.
Let's slow down for a second. This round ain't about dancing. We're talking rapping. We want a song where we rap it. I'm gonna go with "Gonna Ride With Me." This album right here actually let y'all know Juvie can spit, and his cadence was not just a gimmick. The man has structured verses on this one. Like, he put down bars here. And for me to say that, again, y'all know the reason why we love doing verses is we get to get back in the crate.
So "Gonna Ride With Me" from Juvenile versus Mystical's "What You Want, What You Need." That is round 5, the Bar Fest. Drop down in the comments and tell us who won that round. Because now we move into round 6, the crowd reaction test. Now, both of these cats have got plenty of songs to pick from this one. BA, what'd you come up with over there on the Juvie side? Juvie!
It's called the Club Smash, people. Club Smash.
He ain't lying.
I bet some of y'all didn't know this song, this particular song went #1 on the Billboard for a very, very long time. Still played at parties and events. Still played in them special shake 'em up spots. And this one wasn't really about hard-hitting beats or bounce sound. This one was pretty smooth and laid back, which allowed you to really listen to how he delivered the bars. None other than Slow Motion. That's where I'm going. It's the pretty brown. That beat. Oh, man. First, let me see you, Rudy. Yeah, that. Nah, man, Slow Motion for me. Look, man, Slow Motion was dope as hell because it literally it rolled in a pocket. It was a chant, slow motion for me, but it had you right in that middle tempo where it wasn't a slow song, but it wasn't a fast song. It was one of them kind of songs. So, yeah, I mean, for me, I'm going with Slow Motion. What about you?
So to counter Slow Motion, I'm going to let Mystical ride on up to a place you like very much. You talk about before, the DMV. He had to go get a producer from the DMV to help him out on this track. And this one is still bouncing around the strip clubs. You keep bumping me against the wall. Yeah, I know I let you slide before. Yeah, that's it. Bounce Back with Pharrell. That's just another one of those bands that plays everywhere. That one plays in kitchens, in the suburbs, with women in there doing whatever they doing in the kitchen. That song plays in the background. You keep bumping me against the wall. That Bounce Back. You ain't seen nothing yet. I like that. I picked that one #1 because that let Mystical lean into, those bounce roots. But That was just such a good combination between Mystical and Pharrell, man. I would have liked to see more projects between the two of them because Mystical would have this song was a little bit cleaner than most of the songs that he did. It had a little bit more polish. That's why I went with Bounce Back. So that's right. Round 6, the crowd reaction, the club energy tracks. Juve's Slow Motion and Mystical's Bounce Back. Man, those are two songs that damn, both of those bumped in the clubs. I remember actually still hanging on in the clubs at that era while they were playing. That was back when they still had clubs. Round 7, story record, the narrative, the perspective, the song where they told a little bit of a story. And all right, I went a different direction on that. It is a story, and it is a narrative, and I suppose you can call it a perspective.
Okay, okay.
BA, this is my favorite Mystical track, and it's by a long shot. And y'all know I'm a lyricism fan. This ain't really one of those tracks. It's a funny ass story. It's bitch been sleeping with me. And if you have never heard that song, as soon as this episode is over, search it and listen to that song because that song now it might not be as funny now as it was then, but back then when that song came, that shit was funny. And from a guy who can go from doing that song he did with Buster, from doing those verses he did on both of Silk's It Ain't My Fault, from that guy to go to do this funny ass story, that's a lot of range, man. There weren't a lot of guys that had range like that back then. They could do something this funny and not sound corny. There weren't a lot of people who had that range. So I'm going with Bitch Been Sleeping With Me from Mystical for the story round. What you got over there with Juve?
Great minds think alike. We've done this a couple times, and usually when we get to this round, we go with these very thought-provoking, cultural, shifting, political, like a culture uplifting kind of songs. And I didn't do that here. I didn't. Not only did I not, to me, this was one of the funniest yet to the point, story-ridden type of songs that Juvie has in his catalog. I hinted at this song in an earlier round saying I could have used it there, but I didn't. The reason why I didn't is because I'm using it here. And for those of you who don't understand BA truly, let me tell you, I ain't a rapper, but I'm still a gorilla. You understand? You know? Be quiet. Tonight is the night that we ride. Come on, man. That's hood artistry. Because he gave you a full composition of not just what was happening, but please make no mistake about it, I'm out here. So if you run up on me, I'm a rapper, but I'm still a gorilla. You understand?
So round 7, the story record, Mystical's Sleeping With Me versus Juve's You Understand? Drop down in the comments. Tell us who won round 7, because round 8 is the cultural moment. BA, I need a song that was tied to an era.
I'll give it to you. Title track, to me, arguably his best full project. This is simple. I wanted to use a couple different options from some newer stuff. But this one, from the beat to how he rode the beat to the announcement, is there a better song for the cultural moment to express who Cash Money was in the 90s other than 400 Degrees, the title track from 400 Degrees? Come on, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I did it. The beat on that one was dope, man.
What?
That was that New Orleans grimy, man.
Whoa. Manny did his thing on that. I ain't gonna lie. Manny did his fizzle.
All right, so I went with this Mystical. I thought about a cultural moment, something tied to an era. And I thought about this one, BA. There's a certain culture in hip hop, a certain subculture of hip hop. And they'll know as soon as I name this track why I picked this track as one that was the track that defined an era and it's still smoking.
Ooh.
Because that dude getting caught in his hotel.
You dug in there.
I did. I dug in because that dude getting caught in his hotel, almost having to, flushing his weed just because the guy up front, could you say your boy a sack? But that was another, it was a good story too. But you know what you're doing when you make a dope song about smoking when you're in the rap game. If you can make it dope, you get put on a certain list with songs like Mary Jane. And when you can get on lists with songs like that, you're doing all right. So that's it for me. Round 8, the cultural moment. Mystical Still Smoking versus Juvie's 400 Degrees, the title track from one of the best albums in Southern rap history. Round 9, this is it, the final round. Everybody's still standing. So we gotta do what we gotta do. And that's ask the modern test. Is there anything they have that still stands the test of time? What might that be? I guess this one's on me. And it's the only song you guys know that still is left in the deck. And I got to pull it out. It is the classic. Everybody knows the classic Mystical song, Man Right Here. You can play that song in any era and you good. You good. That song bumps in any era. He might not have a ton of those to pick from, but Man Right Here is. I don't have to explain that. I don't have to explain why, but that's one that it bumps in any era. So what you got over there, BA, for round 9, the modern test?
I don't really know if there's any words left. We're talking about 20 years. 20 years. We've heard phrases, we've heard beats, we've heard sounds, but you know we haven't heard? We haven't heard a good clap. None other than that with that know your clap, boy.
You can't do that.
Know
It'll
your
fuck up
clap,
the microphone
man.
in
Know
here.
your clap. Still hit. And I don't care which version you take. Take the remix, take the regular version, don't matter. He still got the best verse. But know your clap for me, you know, and you could have plugged in a lot of stuff here, but know your clap. Come on, man.
That's it. Round 9, the final round, the modern test. Mystical's Man Right Here versus Juvie and the Know Your Clap. That is the game, everybody. That's 9 rounds. It's over. Drop down in the comments. Tell us who won the most rounds, which rapper you picked based on the 9 that we picked. Then take it a little bit further. Who aged better? Who belongs higher on the Southern Rap Mountain? Put that full scorecard down in the comments and see us next week. Next week, y'all, begins a 3-week special. It's finna get live in here. And this is excited as we look. Because we are excited, though. It's time to decide who the greatest rapper alive is. And since it's that time of year, there's only one way to do it. Let's pick the top 68 and have a little tournament.
Let's go bracketology, baby. Let's go bracketology.
Dipsy Doo, Dunkaroo, Slam Bam Jam, all that good shit. Cool as the other side of the pillow. Because it's tournament time, and by the end of it, we'll know who the greatest rapper alive is. There won't be any question.
Some upset.
Because y'all know we got rules.
Some upsets.
We got rules for everything. We have laid it out for you. We'll do the bracket reveal and run through the first 2 rounds next week. Tune in for that because you're going to like it. So, I'm your man, Chad. That's my man, BA, right there. For Grown Man Bars, y'all be good.